I'm Ruby and I'm a TV producer. The work that I may not be best known for, but I would like to be known for, is looking into the cultural identity of Kenyans and Africans at large, because a lot of our stories have been written for us, and I'm actually a person who's very interested in telling our stories ourselves. I think that there has been very interesting things happening globally, internationally, and popular culture has sparked a lot of it. Okay, I refer very much to what I do, but something that for me has been a great big win is the Me Too movement. As much as it's a very sad thing, women are starting to come out and claim their space. It's unfortunate that it's happened in this negative way. But, you know, kind of like you first have to clean the house before you can paint it and all of this sort of thing. So I think that we are making strides in the right direction, even though they might be a little bit, it's late. I mean, it's the 21st century and we're still dealing with issues that are mind-boggling when you think about it. But the silence that we have been living under as women, you know, for years and years, I think that's starting to change, and so I think that's positive. A power woman would, for me, be would be a woman who doesn't feel she needs to diminish herself. She doesn't have to make herself small for other people to feel okay around her. She claims her place, her rightful place on God's green universe. Okay, now this is funny, but you know what? She's my close friend, but I'd say somebody like Wandia. Yeah. She, for me, is very inspiring. She works really hard. She makes good time for her kids and her friends. I don't know how she does it. Actually, there's the secret, really. You've got to love and care for yourself, because then you have it within yourself to give it to other people. It still remains something of an unfair playing field, because I think a lot of women, when they think about leveling up, they think about playing a man's game. Now, you know, that's not a fair competition. That's like the goalposts are movable. There's women, as a woman, what I would really like to see is just a society in which basically you are honored as you are. Women definitely have a different energetic way of going about things compared to men, in terms of they might be more emotional, but that has its rightful place. So I don't want to I don't know how to put it, but I don't want to man up to be a leader, because I'm not a man. Yes. So that is a bit of an unfair playing field, and so those are some of the challenges. Now, maybe I would say for myself that the way I would choose to go about my work is to be me and not to try and do it as men do, because, well, like I said, I'm not a man. But I think that has been one of the biggest issues, that for women to feel powerful and for men to respect her, very often we have to enter their playing field as opposed to just be ourselves. Now, I would say from in my particular sector, which is TV production, sorry guys, the women are the big producers. The women are the real producers here. And that's just the way it is. But that doesn't mean that men don't do it. You know, it's still a male-dominated industry to a certain extent. But what could be done? What more could be done? Maybe, I don't know, maybe with these big producers who I mentioned, maybe it's a matter of each one take one and bring her up. The area of production tends to be very fluid for most of the people that I know. There's no career I've heard of so far where somebody went straight into, they just became a director or they just became a producer. Most find their way, they grow up in levels. So maybe even starting, if you're interested, go in, do an internship and just start being a production assistant. I started cleaning studio floors and serving coffee. But you know what, when you have a passion, it doesn't matter. You're there, you're on set. That's what's exciting, that's what you want to do. So, and then slowly but surely you will figure out your own place. Because actually, like, I got into this industry wanting to be a director, and I've since learned that to be a really good director, ideally you should start off editing. Now, if on the other hand, because I started out as somebody's production assistant, I was his personal and production assistant, I ended up becoming a producer. But I still love to edit, and I still love to direct, and all of that sort of thing. So I would say to any young woman who wants to get into this industry, just do it. Yes. Get in there. No excuses. No stories. Get in there. And especially today, in the digital age, your phone, you're equipped. Yeah, you're pretty equipped. So I don't know, just do it. I wanted to be a fine artist, actually. Wow. Yeah, I love painting and I love sculpture. So that was what was really in my heart. And so I eventually, as I grew up, learned a way to also try and paint commercially. But at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to do is tell a story and express this story of ours, which I feel very unexpressed. I feel our African stories, they're so not told. And that's part of what I'd really like to do. So today, I somehow think of myself as an educator, but I'm not a professor. But the work I do, which is documentary, it's always, again and again, about us embracing ourselves. And even when I was painting as a little kid, it was always stuff to do with us. Balance for better. Those are really, really good words. So it's an important question, because especially when a lot of women become mothers, everything goes out of balance. Everything. And I don't really know, I don't have an answer to that question, because it's a rare woman that I've seen that is actually balanced. It's rare. A lot of women I know are really struggle with actually like having time for themselves, and really having that balance. It's a bit mythological, I think, in the current setup, in the way things are structured at the moment. It tends to be, again, I don't know, sorry guys, it could well be men writing all this stuff about be balanced. Do you really know what it takes to be a mom at work? You know, all those things? It's really a lot. It's really, really, really a lot. And I don't think that that balance can really emerge in the structure as it is set up right now. The structure is against, it's again back to that same story of the uneven playing field, meaning, can you really find balance where the goalposts are changing all the time? It might be a myth. I don't know. It might be a myth people are looking to, you know, but every woman that I know is struggling with that one.